for like 30 minutes.
That's great. Hello, everybody. We are live. Welcome to another episode of Meet the Teacher. And today I have Serena from Sincerely Sirena. Hey, Serena.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for coming today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, did you teach this morning?
I did not. I'm taking off Thursdays and Fridays. I only teach Monday for like VIP Kid. I only teach Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday mornings. Now I cut back.
I don't know how to do that yet. Every time I try to take a day off, I get what do you call it?
The priority booking request. Yeah, that was hard. That was hard to deny them, but I had to cut it. I had to cut them off. I feel bad saying that, but I did.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to cut back. But I was really shocked at all the cancellations this week. But I know they have a holiday coming up. So I had 3 for the 26th. What's that? In 2 days, the 26th in the evening. So, but they're all the ones in the middle. So I have, the 2 slots and all the ones in the middle cancel. I'm like, come on.
Right.
So super fun. Let's see. I got my questions right here for you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am a person. No, I am from St. Louis, Missouri. I was a military spouse for 10 years. My husband was in the Marine Corps. We are a Gold Star family, as well as a wounded warrior family. My husband was wounded and he had to medically retire. And so we moved back home to Missouri. I have 2 little kids. I have a 10-year-old daughter who's brilliant and a 6-year-old son that is on the autism spectrum. I am a history lover, craft queen, book nerd. That's about me.
We are so opposite, Serena. That's why we get along.
Yeah.
I am so bad at crafts, even though I love people that can craft and do great things, but I have to buy stuff rather than make it.
Well, you're our supporters. You're our Patreons.
Gotta buy for me.
We like people like you because you buy our stuff.
All of these are all done by Evelyn that I bought from her.
Oh, fun.
My paintings and stuff. Yeah, she's so great.
Yeah.
So, hey, Tim, thanks for coming. I always have to watch his replays because I started yoga. And if I skip it, then I won't go back. So I have to keep
Tim is on a different time zone, completely, right? Are you talking about Teacher Tim?
He's in Malaysia.
Yeah, I always have to catch his on the replay as well.
But his Mondays are early in the mornings, 9 our time, 9 Central, I think. Yeah. So how long have you been with VIP Kid?
For a year. I started last August. Yeah.
Oh, me too. I just thought you had longer, I guess.
Oh, no, it feels like longer. It has been a roller coaster for sure with VIP Kid. Oh, yeah.
Oh, James, he had 9 out of 15 cancel on Sunday. Wow. Yeah, I know their Mid-Autumn Festival is coming up, and their national day I guess they have a long.
Do they have a week off for national?
A long holiday. Well, one of my students said he had a week off. Yeah. So I just told Serena that I had 3 canceled for Saturday night. So, which is his Sunday, right? So that's probably
Sunday
the same.
Morning. Yeah.
So what other companies do you work for?
I work for OutSchool only, just VIP Kid and OutSchool.
That's me.
I don't know how you guys juggle 5 companies.
Not it.
That's just you. Okay.
Not it.
Yeah.
How long have you been with OutSchool?
I started seriously teaching back in May, but my experience with OutSchool started as a parent, last December.
Oh, all right. That's right. I think I remember you saying that on Evelyn's channel.
Yeah.
I just started last month, and it still gets my stomach all twisty and turny every time I teach a class.
Oh my gosh. I was in crazy nervous wreck the very first class I taught. I get it. Yeah.
I've taught 5 and I'm still crazy nervous.
Because these kids understand everything that we say.
What's that?
These kids understand everything that we say.
And one was like, can I go to the bathroom? And I'm like, if mom says you can go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom.
Right.
So it's a whole different, I don't know, different thing.
Yeah.
So what was your why for starting either teaching online or with VIP Kid in general?
I wanted to spend money. My so, so
Honesty,
I
love
started out,
it.
so, yeah, so 10 years I was a military spouse. Military spouses generally don't work. We're stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home spouses. We are like the executive of the house. And so when I moved back to Missouri, all my neighbors were not military spouses. They were all working moms. And then my little one went to kindergarten finally, and I was like, I need to do something with my life. Because I also had a lot of projects around the house that I wanted to do. And I had a $4,000 project that I wanted to do. And my husband's like, we're not doing that right now. We don't need to spend that much money. I'm like, well, I'm going to make my own money and then I'm going to spend the money how I want it. So that's really the reason why, because, well, okay. So I wanted to spend that and I wanted to buy a corset, an 18th century. They don't call them corsets, they call them stays, but everybody else knows them as corsets, and they're like $400. And I wanted to buy an expensive pair of reenactment shoes as well. So that's why I wanted expensive things, and so I started making my own money.
I get it. I totally understand that. And sometimes even if you don't necessarily need the money, but it just, I don't know, for me, it made me feel better. Like I was working and giving back, and I don't know, it made me feel successful too.
Self-esteem booster for sure, to be able to contribute to your family.
And I don't want to be like, well, how much money do we have this month? Or what can I take out? Or, like, So I want to know in the chat, would you like to hear a little bit more about being a military spouse? Because both of us were. And I always wonder if
how long were you? I didn't realize you were a military spouse.
So I was active duty until our son was born. And then my husband stayed active duty till 10 years. And then when he got to that point of, if you stay in any longer than 10 years,
or not.
Yeah, you stay in.
Yeah.
And he had a job offer doing, almost the same type of work outside of the military.
All right. But so is that why you're in Panama? You're near the air station down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we ended up being able to stay overseas for 17 years. Wow. So we were very fortunate in that. But I get the whole, like, when you move to a new place and everybody is, not a military spouse. And because for overseas 17 years, I didn't know that life until I moved back a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. James was active duty for 20 years.
Oh, awesome. So what branch were you?
We were both Air Force.
Air Force. Okay.
I think, James, were you Army? I don't remember now. But I mean, I'm going back. This is 20 something years ago. So, my kids I have one married and out of college and one in college. So, yeah. But, gosh, I know I'm a little off topic, but I guess that's normal for my channel. But I'm building a course, which is this exact thing. So it's kind of interesting that this is coming up about people building communities when they're moving to new places and things. So that's kind of, I said it out loud.
And I feel like the online teaching community is almost kind of has replaced that spouse community, because there are no like ex-military spouses in my community. Not in Missouri, where I live in Missouri.
I've told people before, like, moving back to the States, when you move from base to base, you kind of, people know, like, oh, they don't have family here. You just kind of, it's just known. But then when you move back to the States, it's like everybody has their family around them. You know what I mean? Like, they're not all military around here. So
right. Or if you move somewhere in the States that is not predominantly a military population, that's hard, because you're like, where's my girls at? Where are all my friends? Because you have instant friends when you move to a military community. Right. But when you go into the civilian world, you don't. You have to work for those friends.
So I just posted a picture of some of us in Germany. So if you're on my Facebook group, you'll know a little bit more about my experience.
Oh, were you in like near Stuttgart, Germany? Oh yeah, I have a
we were
friend
at,
there right now.
we were at Ramstein, but the picture is of Stuttgart.
Okay.
So,
Ramstein.
hey,
I've
hi.
been to Ramstein. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a nice
okay.
place.
Yeah, yeah. So the picture is actually of Oktoberfest.
Mhm.
I'm like, now everyone's gonna really know me. Uh, oh, James, a submarine. He was in the Marines. That's right.
Okay.
Submarine. Wow, lots of military. Awesome, guys. So let's go back because I'm way off topic. So what does your schedule look like? You
Okay, so
mentioned the days, but
so I teach Vipkid. I have my slots open from 5 a.m. to 7.
Mhm.
And then I get my kids ready to go to school at 7 a.m. My other teaching schedules, I do out school. So I teach my out school courses through the week, and I teach on the 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 7 p.m.
Oh,
Throughout. It's not every day. Like I've had to kind of rearrange my schedule for my kids' learning schedule. So it's not ever like, well, I teach out school Monday through Thursday. I
oh,
have
okay.
Fridays and Saturdays off.
Nice.
Yeah,
I need to do something like that.
you do. It's like it's like, oh my gosh, I can sleep in. Like it's been such a long time. I like couldn't sleep in on Saturday mornings. And then when
Right.
the rest of the family wakes up at 9 o'clock, you're like, get your butt up. I've been up since 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I didn't have a class until 6 the other day, and at like 4:30, I'm like,
You
what am
feel,
I doing?
is that
What am I doing
sad?
with
Like
myself?
4:30 is sleeping in.
I know. My body is so used to getting up. I'm like, I'll just get up.
Yeah.
That's so unlike me. My mother will be so proud. I used to give everybody a hard time waking up in the morning.
Me
So
too. And my husband, when he learned that I was going to take this Vipkid job, he's like, you, you're going to wake up at what time? Because I was not. I was always the person that liked to sleep in.
yeah. Um, I was gonna ask you something about Outschool just now. Oh, I'm interested in hearing your classes that you're teaching because I know it's your passion and I can't remember anything about art history. I'm terrible.
Oh yeah. So it's funny because it all started like when I came to Outschool, I thought I was going to do preschool classes because
Mhm.
I was like, I have preschool experience, and I have young children still, so I'm kind of know. But I did a couple story time classes, and I was like, this is too exhausting. I just can't. And then when we used to get the emails with the parent requests, and this
Yeah.
is back in like early May, I saw that someone requested a history of Memorial Day. And as a military spouse, I'm like, I'm all about that. I know everything about Memorial Day. So I created the Memorial Day class and it took off. And I was like, can I really teach about history? Are these kids really interested in history? So they were. And then it really helped that Hamilton came out this
Oh,
summer. And so I created I created 2 courses based on the real lives of the characters of Hamilton. So everybody between, Hamilton, Washington, their wives. I created a character course so every day I have 2 classes right now. I have an ongoing class that not every day, but every class period we take 1 or 2 people and we look at what their real lives were. And then my other class is a multi-day class, and it's a 2-day class that we just look at the women. And both
wow.
of them have been super, super popular.
That's great.
Yeah.
I wish I could take some of these because but I need it for children for me to be able to read it.
Watch
I don't need advanced.
Hamilton.
I do need to watch that. I haven't seen it.
It goes really fast. I mean, I don't know. And then some other things like some other like historical fiction type movies. Like there's one that was based on John Adams. I think it's on
Oh,
I don't know if it's on HBO, but that was a good one to kind of refresh because honestly, when I went through school, and then I took history in college, it was just like filled with like old white dudes in wigs and dates and battles and like government stuff. And I was not interested in that. And if I had a history teacher that kind of told me some personal things about these people, like
yeah.
George Washington never had kids.
Hmm.
He had stepchildren. Martha Washington was married before George Washington. If they would have told me Thomas Jefferson had illegitimate children with one of his slaves, like I probably would have perked up and said,
You
oh,
listened. Yeah.
yeah,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that's how I kind of approach this. I kind of get the personal funny personal backstories of these people.
I had such an awesome 6th grade science teacher that I've just always loved science.
That's
He's like
awesome.
line us up and we would like hurry up and do the bones, and he would have a contest for everything. And I love contests. And we would win like coconuts and kiwis, and we would get to take home all these tropical fruits that he would find at this, this island he called Puka Puka. I've never forgotten this teacher. It was awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
We need more teachers like that.
Yeah, teaching is really an important thing. I mean, not just because I'm a teacher, I'm saying that, but
Right.
I mean, think about the teachers you've had. Some of your passions come from them sparking something in you, at least I think so.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What are your favorite levels to teach in VIP Kid?
Level 3.
Really?
I like the older ones. I guess the level 3s that I have gotten, they have been able to have conversational language. So it's not the repeating after me. It's not the not chasing them, like trying to like, oh, look at me, like trying to get their attention.
Right.
And they're more calm. And that's probably why I gravitate to the older people or the older learners on OutSchool. I don't know. That's level 3. I like level 3, level 4. I don't really like level 5 because it's a lot packed into 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But I like the kids that can have conversational and they can think on a higher learning. Yeah.
Have you had any 6s?
No, I have not. I've been certified for like more than 8 months for 6, but I have never gotten a 6.
I've had one. Sorry, I'm always looking at these lizards because they always catch my eye. I'm in Florida. I can't help it. You think I'd be used to it. I've been living here for a year, but I sit so close. This is the window right here.
Do you see them outside the window?
Yeah, and the screen is broke, so they're inside the screen even. And so they're like running like within a foot from me. So I'm always like, ah. One came in my house. You should see the YouTube video where it comes on my desk with me.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious. All right. So do you have any funny teaching stories or moments, or
do I have funny
moments that you've enjoyed teaching?
Funny moments besides the times that the student has taken me to the bathroom?
You need Amanda Panda's.
No toilet. I do need that. And luckily the older ones now don't take me to the toilet. I don't know. Like, I don't think I have any like super funny moments. I've had some interesting moments where I've shown like my level 4 kids that I show them a map of the world because of course their stuff is very censored. So I show them a map of the world and we talk about the different countries and I show them where China is.
Yeah.
And it's like something like a light bulb. It's like, wow, China is small on that map comparatively to, because I don't know what their maps, I'm pretty sure their maps probably have China blown up.
Maybe.
But yeah. And some fun things that, with my older children, I was able to, or students, I was able to like share like more pop cultural things that are happening in America, but I can't think of anything like super funny on top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same way.
I mean, I don't know. My VIP classes are not funny, I guess. Yeah. Oh wait, no. Now I'm thinking of something. So my son has autism, right? And so I'm teaching a class at 4 a.m. And I have a TOEFL student. So he's like 14 or 15, so very higher on the learning scale. And so I'm so thankful for Google Slides and my Cam Twist program. So my son comes, and I teach down in the basement. So he had to like come find me when he woke up at 4 a.m.
Oh.
So he comes in and like and I stand up. So when he's at my desk, all you could see is like a head. And I'm sitting there trying to get I'm trying to, guide the student through the TOEFL, and then there's kid. And then we finally got to a stopping point. I'm like, Wayne, I'm sorry. And I lifted up my son and he's like, and I have two lights, and he's like, I'm like, can you watch this video while I take him upstairs? He thought it was really, really funny. That's the only funny thing that I've had.
Yeah.
But yeah, because otherwise my son and I had back-to-back classes that morning, so there would be no. So I had to go like take a back up to my husband and say, you need to keep him in here. Yeah.
Aw. And no negative feedback. I think that would have been my only worry.
No, and thankfully, I think it's because since he is an older kid, his parents probably aren't monitoring that
like, whatever
situation. Yeah. And he thought it was he's like, that's totally fine. And yeah, like that's the one thing that I would be concerned about as well.
Yeah.
And thankfully, like the firemen didn't say anything, didn't report me or anything.
Right.
But yeah.
Good. Well, that's good. I just feel like they've got to understand things happen sometimes,
right. Things happen. Like, it's not like my husband's up at 4 a.m. to take care of my kids,
Right.
Yeah.
So I know the answer to this, but they don't. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do have a YouTube channel. I am Sincerely Sirena on YouTube and all of the social media places.
I like your thumbnails, and everything just looks so uniform and neat.
Thank you. I could spend hours on Canva designing things.
Yeah. And you have a lot of videos. Tell them a little bit about your channel and your website.
Sure. So my website is, I have a lot of things going on my website. Like I mentioned before, I'm very crafty. I love cooking and baking. So I have 3 sections in my website. So I have one section for teaching online, another section for recipes. I have a couple of recipes, and I'm starting to get back into creating recipes. And then my third one is crafting in life. I have like tutorials. I love a good themed party. So you'll see a lot of my children's birthday parties, as well as things that I've done for Christmas. I have a Buddy the Elf Reef tutorial on there. I actually have, and I have a video on that on my YouTube channel. But that's basically it. On the teaching side, I get tips and tricks mainly for the outschool teacher, because there are so many things out there for Vipkid, but not a whole lot. Well, they're starting to now that there's more people on the platform for outschool. My YouTube channel right now, my focus is on helping the outschool teacher. Although I'm hoping to have more time free up. I don't know how that's going to happen. And adding like recipes and like mommy life stuff there. Hopefully, I don't know, whenever I get to it, I guess.
Good. I'm in a group and everyone's doing Vlogtober. So I'm trying to come up with like a teacher Vlogtober. So I kind of stick with my niche. So if anybody has any ideas about, Vlogtober.
Yeah.
I've never done it. And a video a day seems kind of like a lot, but.
Oh, you're going to have to do a video a day?
It's a video a day. The most I think I've done in a row was 10, but some of those were lives. So lives are much easier because I don't have to edit. So if anybody has any ideas or some live ideas even, let me know.
Yeah, I don't know, like grocery shopping, planning.
Right.
You plan your meals. Or you don't have kids at home anymore, do you?
I don't. Okay. And right now, planning meals, I'll just tell everybody I'm doing, I'm starting Jenny Craig Monday. just for something different. And I don't have to cook for a few weeks. I just did 3 months, so.
Okay.
Candy wants to know, how many children do you have and how many followers do you have on Vipkid?
So how many students do I have?
I think children at home.
Okay, so I have 2 children at home. I have a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old. And followers on Vipkid, you know what? I haven't
checked in a long time.
Yeah, and honestly, it's gone down. I had at one point, I think like 80 followers. How do I find followers? In my student tab?
Under your account.
My account.
Click account and it's near your name, the little flower.
The little flower. Okay, so I have 62 right now.
I have 53.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you honestly, I've lost a lot of regulars in the month of August. I think it started in May, and they kept on dwindling down.
Yeah.
And I can't find them in the system anymore. So I don't know if they quit Vipkid or what.
Right. A lot of mine have been replaced with Starlight. I have so many new Starlight students that my regulars aren't getting all the slots anymore.
Oh, so they're not able to get in.
Well, because
I have Starlight. I've had Starlight ever since they brought it out last winter. And I have yet to teach one.
Oh.
It's just it's funny how certain teachers get certain things over and over again.
Yeah, and it's like a bunch a day. So Starlight has really taken over. It's kind of interesting, but at the same time, I'm like, they're getting booked before the frenzy because there's an LP that books them.
Yeah.
So they're taking up all of my slots. But now some of my students are starting to do the 4 in a row ones.
The priority stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So my schedule looks all kinds of funky. And I can't say no. So I'm like, I'm teaching at 4 a.m. and then I have an hour and a half off. And I'm like,
oh.
That's me, you know.
Yeah. I've been mostly teaching level 2 right now. Yeah.
Nope, Starlight.
Starlight, that's your major
it's all
one.
day.
Yeah.
So I know a bunch of people have been asking me, so maybe I can just ask you, what do you feel are the biggest differences between Outschool and Vipkid?
Besides the pay.
The pay, yeah.
Besides the pay. I feel much more passionate about my Outschool classes than I do with Vipkid. After teaching Vipkid for a year, I don't do any prep anymore. I get up and turn my camera on and go. I do Google Slides, so I don't have like physical props in my Vipkid classrooms. And since I teach upper level, not upper level, but I teach older students on Outschool, we have more of that back and forth conversation. I get a nerd out with my Outschool. I do. Like I had a conversation yesterday in my women of Hamilton class about which sister, what Hogwarts house each sister would have gone in for Harry Potter. So like my fandoms are able to cross collide in Outschool. In my daytime hours, I'm able to teach during the day. I do offer an evening class, but I'm able to I'm able to sleep in. So and I'm able to make more money. So that's what has enabled me to cut down my Vipkid hours, because I'm able to make up that income difference in my Outschool classes.
Yeah. Candy, we had just talked about that. She teaches your subject. Candy is a history buff too.
Oh, yay. Yeah, yes, I teach, I'm teaching Hamilton. So I'm taking all of the historical people and talking about them in the Hamilton world.
Sorry, I muted you so I could cough.
Oh, no. Yeah. And actually, yesterday I got a request from my students to do a Henry VIII, all of his wives.
Wow.
So I guess there's a musical. I need to find this musical out there. There's a musical my students told me it's called Six. That focuses on his wives. So if they're into it, I'll do that, because I know the Tudor era is one of my also specialties as well. You're like, you would be interested in them if you knew like the personal backstories on these ladies and like how like crazy King Henry VIII was.
Oh wow, I bet I would.
You would. Yeah.
I think you're right though. I think your approach is absolutely right on, that if you knew things other than just remember this date, remember this, remember, I think that would have definitely have changed my outlook on it.
Yeah.
Jen said, ooh, that would be so cool. He cut off their heads.
They did. Yeah. So
this stuff?
He cut off two. He cut off two heads. So actually King Henry VIII is the one that broke apart from the Catholic Church to divorce his first wife. So the whole reason why England does not have a huge Catholic population, they're mostly Protestant, is because of him. So yeah. And so he wanted to marry his side piece, basically.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good way to say it. So how do you put this in kid-friendly?
Kid-friendly.
I mean, do
Right.
you just tell
Well,
it like
yeah.
it is? Is that
So I would probably focus
on
on
a side piece?
right his side piece. No, I would. Well, it's funny though, because these kids, if they've seen the show, I don't know how this comes in up on that musical. I'll have to look, but
Yeah.
I would probably basically say, for a king in that era, it was very important for him to have a son, and he was not getting sons with his first wife. And so he had to find a son somewhere, although he had sons from some other lady friends. He had to be married. And so that's why he divorced his first wife. And that was a big thing, that him divorcing, because Catholics would not let them divorce. So that's why he was like, well, I want a divorce, peace out, the Vatican. So yeah.
Yeah. Candy, this is all you and Candy need to have these conversations. She loves this. She said, oh, that would be so cool. He cut off their heads, especially Anne Boleyn. Sorry, I have stuff in the way here. She said he formed the Church of England. The Pope would not allow his divorce.
Yep.
Lady friends.
Lady friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. It's really interesting. See, I'm really interested in it, but to sit and read a book, I have no want.
So watch historical fiction shows. So that's what kind of sparked my deal with 18th century America, as well as Tudor era. Like, and take these historical fiction shows with a grain of salt. Kind of, if you're interested in it, go and find the real stories. But the Tudors was a good show to watch on HBO. Like, some of the stuff like really happened. And they also, I mean, obviously they dramatize that. So the Tudors, there's 2 shows on Stars. Well, there's actually several. There's The White Queen, The White Princess, and The Spanish Princess. And that's about, The Spanish Princess is about King Henry's first wife. And then the White Queen and Princess is like the reign before the Tudors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm definitely gonna have to watch some of these. Candy said she teaches U.S. history.
Ah, awesome.
Good. But I don't think she's on out school. At least not yet. I know we've all been talking about it.
Where is she? Is she teaching brick and mortar?
I know she's a VIP kid teacher, and yeah, she's a brick and mortar high school, I think, right, Candy?
That's awesome.
She'll let us know.
High school age would be awesome, because then you can kind of get more candidly about what happened. And
oh, she said, do you include that most of the English monarchy? I'm from Boston. These R's are rough. Is inbred.
I haven't talked about King George yet. George III. But I mean, we've talked about people marrying their cousins.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to kindergarten and to preschool. I will stick to the babies.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because when I talk about Peggy Schuyler, because Peggy did marry a cousin, or they're like, ew. I'm like, yeah, but that was kind of like it wasn't taboo back then.
Right.
So, yeah.
What it was.
Yeah.
Been in the family.
Yeah.
Good. So what do you have upcoming? What are your goals? I have
upcoming? So I just applied for my flex classes. So I'm going to, hopefully those will get approved soon, and I'll figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to have you ever heard of Nearpod? So I'm going to try to do a Nearpod lesson. So Nearpod is like an interactive web-based platform. Some outschool teachers do it in their live classes. I'm not comfortable yet with that. So it's basically, it's like a game. They kind of gamify your lessons. But Nearpod, the way that I'm going to use it in my flex classes is I'm going to tape or video myself giving the lesson, and then the video will pause, and then like either a game or a like a survey will pop up. In order for that a student to move on in the lesson, they'll have to participate in that game. So hopefully I can figure that out. That's
Well, that's
my next thing. And then the business side of things, I'm still planning my YouTube channel content. I'm looking into opening up an Etsy store.
good.
So I'm still trying to research that stuff.
Yeah. I wonder if Amanda has a video. Somebody has a video on how they opened their Etsy shop. Amanda's got a pretty good following and a good store. Amanda Panda.
Okay, yeah, I'll look at
Yeah.
that. So I'm wanting to do enamel pins. That's kind of the thing in the fandom world right now is I don't think I have any enamel pins, but like little cute, they're just little pins instead of t-shirts. I do have a t-shirt shop up, but I have not put time and effort in it to do anything else with it.
Right.
So I'm more inspired by this pin thing. Yeah.
See, again, I'm so opposite. I'm like, I'm not creative, but I've got an affiliate shop.
Hey, that's fine. I have affiliate links too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candy said she teaches self-contained special education classes and teach with the higher functioning special education students. Some special education kids can be in regular classes with support. Yeah, I was in an inclusion classroom, and I think Candy missed the beginning of this. Serena's son is on the spectrum, right? The autism spectrum.
He's a 6-year-old spectrum kid. We're still trying to wade through the education waters of that.
Yeah.
This year has kind of been a nightmare, but
yeah, my sister's going through that too. My schooling, so I'm not special education certified, but I've taken many, many courses and classes on it because that's my passion actually. And
that's awesome.
I have a hard time with reading. I always have since I was a kid, reading comprehension. But some of those books are like the only books I've ever read cover to cover. Although Temple Grandin I have a hard time reading her medical ones, but because she's just so smart. But a lot of like the in-classroom type classes and inclusion classes, I can just like read their stories and about individual kids and
there's a book called I'll have to look it up. It's a leader. It's like called The Leader in Me, and it's all stories from people on the spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Their personal stories.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up and I'll send it to you. I have it upstairs, otherwise I would get it right now.
Right. I know I keep peeking around. I have all my books right behind the computer where I can't see it. And right. Sorry, I just keep checking the chat. I should have warned you, like the chat is over here now instead.
Oh.
So now we met in Nancy's course, right?
Yeah.
Are you doing DCA?
Nope. No, I have no aspirations on creating a course.
Yeah.
That sounds like too much work, to be honest with you.
I was just wondering, but you're right. A course is way different than setting up an Etsy.
Yeah, I want something more creative. And honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I would teach on a course now in my life. Yeah. But I mean, that's awesome that some of the other people are doing it. I'd love to see what they're going to produce.
I love our group.
Yeah.
I love our group and all the chat.
Yeah, y'all are my community now.
What's that? We left?
You guys are all my community now. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many friends we've made. I can't wait until COVID's lifted. I'm going to like travel and meet everybody.
Yeah.
Candy said, Sirena, look up the YouTube channel Catnip, Kattnip. She makes enamel pens.
Yeah.
She talks about how to make them and sell them on Etsy.
Nip. I might have seen her video if she does enamel pins, but yeah. Okay, awesome. I'll look at Catnip.
Cool. That is all I have.
Yay, enamel pin love.
I can't pick, I don't know what they are.
They're just, I wish I had something down here. Oh, wait. I think it's upstairs. They're just like, I don't know. So take like a graphic on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Shrink it down to like an inch and then put it's like a brooch, I guess, or a pin. So you just pin it on your shirt.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll go with my yoga pants and tank top.
Yeah, it definitely won't go with my sweatpants, but I'm such a nerd though. I have a cork board that has like all my Harry Potter pins on it. When I do get dressed up, like today, because I'm going somewhere later on. I'll just put one because I don't wear graphic shirts out in the public.
Okay.
But I will wear little nerdy pins.
Cute. I love it. Candy said she's British. The
Okay.
I
don't think I've watched a British one.
Okay. Cool. Kasie, look on your VIP kid list. Oh yeah, huh? Wait, those are enamel pins? Oh, she can see. Candy knows me. She rocks.
Yeah, those are enamel pins.
Oh, well, it's much cuter than I was thinking.
Oh, yeah. Some of them can be cute. Like the ones that I obviously am gonna make are gonna be cute, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, I already got. So you can make almost anything.
If you can design something, yeah, you can turn it into an enamel pin.
I might have to buy one because I already know what I want. My favorite insect is a dragonfly. I love dragonflies.
One of my fandom books is called Dragonfly and Amber that I'm wanting to put together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you. Candy said so many pins on there, enamel pins. I guess I just didn't know what it was. Wow. Well, thank you so much. I've learned so much from you today.
Yay.
Thanks for coming on, and super excited for you to open up your Etsy shop. Let us know when you open up, and we'll have to shout it out on here. And
yes, I have to learn a lot first, but yes, I will definitely let the world know when I'm ready.
You don't realize how much goes into making some of these things and some of these shops until like you're in the middle of a course and you're like, oh wow, there's a lot to this.
There's a lot. And I'm trying to like balance all of the things. So it's gonna take more than unless I just completely cut off like one section of teaching. It's gonna take some more time.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'll get a little bit of this done, then a little bit of this, and a little bit of this, you know.
Yes.
So please make Harry Potter pins.
Yes. Harry Potter. If I can get around the copyright, Harry
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw. Yep, I'm a Ravenclaw. Yeah, my Harry. So obviously, I'm gonna do like cheeky teacher, like sarcastic pins. Harry Potter is a fandom that I'm in. Hamilton, obviously, and then Outlander. If you don't know what Outlander is, it's an amazing. And then historical strong women of history. Maybe a King Henry VIII collection, excluding Henry because he's awful, but his ladies.
And Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
That's funny. I haven't heard that in a long time.
There's adults that are super into that fandom.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
They do cosplays of it.
When we were in Japan, everything was Hello Kitty. Everything was Hello Kitty and SpongeBob, and they called them SpongeBobu. So I love it. SpongeBobu. So Ruth Bader Ginsburg pins.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you two just need to have a conversation. You two rock. This is great.
I'm glad there's other people out there like me because you'll be my customer base. It's always hard creating something to sell when you don't know if there's a customer out there for it, but you've got to be inspiration.
Find your tribe.
Yeah.
You know, or they will find you. I mean, it might take a while to get there, but I think eventually you have your tribe and they'll find you. I think so. All right. Well, thank you, Sirena.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'll see you on Facebook here sometime
probably
today.
Soon.
Anyway.
Probably soon, yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Please check out her channel, her website. Pretty much everything is
Sincerely Sirena. Yeah.
If you put that in Google or put it in YouTube.
Yeah, I'll pop up.
Yeah, I think you and Candy need to chat it up.
I'll find you. Maybe I might bounce some ideas off of you for my enamel pins.
I don't even know. I mean, she's on YouTube, but I don't think she makes videos and stuff.
I'll find her. I don't know if you can message through YouTube, but I'm sure I can probably Facebook stalk her and find her.
None of us know who Candy is, actually. I have known Candy for a year now, but I don't really know her. She's, what's the word? Incognito? She hides. We don't really know.
DL. Yeah.
She likes being the mysterious one of our group. All right, everybody. Thank you again for coming, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.